All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Good morning. I'm Emily Johnson, a member of the Unitarian Universalist Society and your worship associate for this morning. It's great to be with all of you this morning for the first time in 2022 for a time of music, inspirational words, reflection, and connection. If you're visiting our service today, welcome. We hope you find the service meaningful. As Unitarian Universalists, we don't all believe the same things, but we turn to 6 sources for our living tradition. One of those sources is spiritual teachings of earth-centered traditions, which celebrate the sacred circle of life and instruct us to live in harmony with the rhythms of nature. Today, we especially reflect on that source as we celebrate letting go and imagining the new in this new year. As members of a covenantal faith, we express our core value of love through how we agree to be together and to support each other. Even when we can't all be together in body, this congregation remains strong and connected as we affirm our faith and hope. Wherever any of us is on our life's journey, whether we come to worship with joy in our hearts or weighted with burdens, this community is glad that we are here. So now I'll read the call to worship by Reverend Gretchen. It starts here, in this moment, in this breath. You feel rising in your chest, this beat building between us, the healing, the hunger, the hope, the courage, the calling, the commitment, the drawing out of a new day. It begins now, in the imagination, in this story we weave together, this song we sing, this prayer we bring into being, from our hearts to our lips, from our hands to our life, our shared life. It starts here. With praise and thanksgiving, forgiveness, and this humble centering confession that we could be wrong, this promise that we make to keep learning, to keep trying, to keep our sense of humor, to keep close, this knowing that we are all in this together. Come, let us begin. Come, let us worship together. Okay, so now let's join in singing Greet with Joy the Coming Year. The words will appear on the screen as the video plays. And just a housekeeping note, we're on a skeleton crew today, so you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit as I get the video loaded here. As Unitarian Universalists, we light a flame within a chalice as a symbol of sanctuary and safety to unite us in our worship and to remind us of our ongoing search for the light of truth. Life is a gift for which we are grateful. We gather in community to celebrate the wonder and mystery of this great gift. So let us now kindle the flame of our liberal religious heritage and renew our covenant of mutual love and care. Love is our doctrine, the quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, and to serve those in need. This we promise, this we covenant with life and one another. Please feel free to use the chat to let us know that your chalice is lit. Each week, when we light a candle for justice and healing, we hold space for our understanding of interdependence, that our liberation is bound up with every other person's liberation, and our feelings of rage and heartbreak over the ongoing pandemics of illness and racism, the devastation of climate chaos, and the waves of trauma washing over our world. We light this candle to help us hold space together for processing what is happening in our lives and in our world, and to remind ourselves that together we are creating resilience and hope. We light this candle that we may not be numbed or lost to injustice, devastation, illness, and trauma, but rather find strength, courage, and love together to continue engaging with the struggles for liberation, justice, and healing. Today, as we light this candle, we're particularly mindful of those affected by the wildfires in Colorado. After I light this candle, let's hold a time of silence to listen to our hearts and bodies, or perhaps to lift up prayers. How we give, what we do with our lives, our time, and our resources is a reflection of our values. In response to the abundance we are blessed with, each week this congregation donates generously to organizations in the community whose work aligns with our values and principles. Our community partner agency this month is the Abbey Center for Community Mental Health. The professional staff located in the Tonkrist area of Iowa City seek to improve lives in our community through the integration of mental health and wellness services. Physician, nurse practitioner, and social work services are available weekdays by appointment. On the screen, you will see instructions for how to give online, or you may take this time to write a check and address an envelope to US to be put in the mail. You may assist our community partner, contribute to the congregation to provide additional support for our operating expenses, or contribute towards your pledge to our society. The offering is a sign of commitment to this free congregation, which is completely supported by the voluntary generosity of all who join with us. As we give and receive the offering, may we be transformed by our giving, and may the world be transformed by our gifts.
Here we bring you water from the well so clear, for to stain our days with this happy new year. Sing levy-doo, the water
As a New Year Begins by Reverend Kate Lore. Great Spirit of Life, as a new year begins, we turn inward to reflect about the state of our lives. What lessons have we learned in the past year, and which new ones now call us forward? To whom do we still owe an apology or expression of thanks? And with whom must we draw fresh boundaries? As we pause from our regular rhythms of rush, 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 we open ourselves to new perspectives and possibilities. We give thanks for these moments and for the wisdom they afford us. May they help bring us together in the sacred dynamics of life so that we as individuals and as members of this community might reach our full potential. As we step across this threshold, let this new year be a year of greater awe and gratitude, of deeper kindness and acceptance, and more courageous acts of conviction. For a kinder, more equitable, and sustainable world is not only possible, she is on her way. And in the quietness of this sacred community, we can ever hear her breathing. Humankind has celebrated the new year in many ways for as long as we have been able to see the stars and chart the heavens. The cycles of the seasons, the beginnings and endings are indelibly drawn on our collective psyche. In our culture, this month is named for Janus, the ancient Roman god of gates and doorways, who is always depicted with two faces, looking in opposite directions, both forward and back. We are most familiar with the New Year's resolution as a way of making a new start. However, as Janus symbolizes, we must look backward as well as forward. Although we cannot stop the year from turning, we can seek to live more fully in the year ahead. Although we cannot change the cycles of birth and death, we do have the power to make meaningful endings, to let go whatever harmful patterns we have. We can vow to do better. Although we cannot change the past year or determine what the new one shall bring, we do have the power within every moment to commit to new and better ways of being. Today, I invite you to participate in a fire and water communion where we will use fire and water symbolically. Our communion will consist of two actions, a letting go into the past what belongs to the past, and a renewal or rededication to whatever is personally life renewing and life enhancing. We will dissolve our regrets and we will light our individual paths into the coming year. If you picked up paper from UUS in the past couple of weeks or requested some be mailed to you, this is either flash paper, which burns quickly when touched to a flame, or dissolving paper, which easily dissolves in water. The one you picked up is noted on the corner of it in pencil. It'll say either fire or water. If you didn't get paper from UUS, you can write on normal paper that you maybe burn safely and carefully, or maybe get creative with a paper shredder or some scissors, or you can participate in this ritual through me. At this time, I offer you the opportunity to write on a piece of paper, dissolving or otherwise, what you seek to give up, cast off, be forgiven for, to leave behind in the year ahead. And we'll wait about a minute to allow time for writing. In a moment, we will dissolve or burn our papers. As we watch them dissolve or burn, let us intend that what those papers symbolize for each of us is also dispersed. I do want to emphasize here, if you're using the burning paper, you really need to let it go, both literally and metaphorically, because it really goes up quickly, as I learned the hard way. So here we go. When you are ready, those with dissolving paper may drop your paper into your bowl of water, and after a bit, stir it around a little with your finger to aid the destruction. And those with flash paper may drop your paper on your candle flame and make sure not to hold on to it too long. Get this here. Spirit of life, be with us in our letting go. Help us to let go of old habits, grudges, and attitudes. Let us purge ourselves of anger, guilt, and loss. Let us forgive and be forgiven. Let the darkness in our hearts disperse, making room for healing light in the year ahead. The Roman god Janus looks both backward and forward. Now that we have allowed ourselves to release the past, we must commit ourselves to the future. Think of your hopes for the coming year and feel free, though not obligated, to type them into the chat. Your hopes for yourself, your loved ones, your community, your country, your world. At this time, I also offer you the opportunity to light a candle or other source of light as a symbol of the commitment and renewal you wish to bring into your life. Our individual flames will add warmth and light to this gathering. Let us also intend that our candles will warm and light our way into the coming year, bringing inward grace and focus to our lives. May the flame of life burn bright in your mind so that your thoughts can remain free of malice and dead ends. May the flame of life burn bright in your heart so that love and friendship are always welcome there. May the flame of life burn bright in your body so that it will not store up the underbrush of the past, blocking present and future health. May the flame of life burn bright in your spirit so that joy and insight can always find a home. Nurturing gratitude and how we understand and express interdependence is part of how we live into our Unitarian Universalist faith. May what has been shared today help us more fully affirm our interconnection and live into love and justice. Immediately after the service, we will have time for all to join in conversation and community. Monique DiCarlo, today's Zoom host, will explain the process after the service. And now to close our service today, let's join in singing Shine on Me. And again, bear with me as I get it loaded here.
Hello, UU family. I'm going to sing a song with you called Shine on Me. It's an amazing spiritual that anybody can sing. And in these days when the things that we're dealing with, the feeling separate and all of that, and things seem so hard, this is one of those songs that you just throw your head back, put it in your medicine kit. All you have to do is ask. And here's how it goes. Shine on me, oh shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me, oh shine on me, yes shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. Lift me up, oh, lift me up. Let the light from the lighthouse lift me up, oh, lift me up, yes, lift me up. Let the light from the lighthouse lift Let the light from the lighthouse hold me close. Yes, hold me close. So hold me close. Let the light from the lighthouse, please hold me close. Oh, shine on me, yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. Oh, shine on me. Yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. All you have to do is just ask. The light is always there. Always. Always. Oh, yeah.
All right. Please join me in the words for extinguishing the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. All these we carry in our hearts and in our minds until we are together again. This is a benediction adapted from Tess Bomberger. Something has changed in me this winter. In the past, I focused on how long winter is, how miserable I find it, and how it seems so interminable. This winter, I find myself thinking instead that every day, every hour, every minute brings us just that much closer to spring. It is perhaps helpful to consider that turning towards spring is an active thing. The Earth, which seems so stable, in fact flies quickly through space, on its path that tilts us ever towards the source. So too, each memory we lay to rest, each truth in ourselves that we encounter and accept, each wrong act that we forgive, ushers us on towards our renewal. Go in peace, go in joy, go spread peace and joy in the world we share.